Hey there, I just want to quick put this down on video before I forget and see if I can get this out. So I was at a consult today, current clients, great people, great conversation, great everything, but it kind of made me think on how I go about doing these consults. Consults are all over the place. Consultants, anyway, dear consultants, are all over the place these days. And, I am not the one to come and give you a computerized, detailed, looks all great and fancy plan. That is just not me. I'm also not an English major. I'm not an artist. What I can give you is a show up to your property, a good, honest conversation, a good evaluation of the property, and suggestions on what I would do if it was mine to make it better hunting. And that doesn't go without saying of, some nice handwritten fancy drawings, but I will also go about and say this is what you should do first, second, third, fourth, fifth, all the way down to the details. And I'm also going to be there about what is next. Ask me questions all the time. These habitats always change, and the plan always changes. It's not like building a house, unfortunately. Wish it was. Wish I could say a blueprint that you can put a licking branch on these specific coordinates, but you just cannot. You have to, after inspecting it, and once you start either clearing for a food plot or planting switchgrass or putting an orchard in, let's say, things change. Things change all the time. I like putting them in. I like installing them. And that's what I've been doing for a long time. If you have watched my YouTube channel over the last few years, I've been actually installing other people's plans. They draw a plan up and they leave. Now, they may be always on the hook for them to ask questions and bounce things off of, but I'm the one out there doing the plan for these things. And these plans can sometimes take years to accomplish. Case in point today, they didn't know how they were going to be able to get this done. Between money, not having the equipment, and time. Time is the limiting most factor in all of this. So I just want to tell you what you're going to get from me is dear education, what I would do again, prices, and then on these projects that I'm going to suggest, I'll put down and estimate exactly how much they're going to cost about. And then I'm also going to tell you my techniques or give you pieces of paper actually typed out, even though I'm not an English major, of my scent control of what I do, what works for me with a water trough, what works for me when planting trees and shrubs. Actually, that was my profession, doing that before, so I have a pretty good knowledge of that. But how I've been doing food plots, what I would do first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Everyone doesn't have all this fancy equipment to do it, so how are you going to do it and get it done? But also, my new food plot system is regenerative food plotting. I'm trying to limit spraying. I'm trying to limit tilling, and not a lot of people can do that. So I just wanted to kind of go through that, say that real quick. For those thinking about getting a habitat plan written, I can just simply talk on the phone with you as well. Because looking at a map, from Google Earth or whatever, I can't determine that triple maple sitting in this corner is going to be a good stand to sit in, to hunt out of. I don't know. Are there any deer even going by there? What I usually do also is evaluate how many deer I think are using your property, and estimate how many I think it will hold, and then how much we can improve the habitat to hold more. Probably the most limited factor, if it depends on the size of the property, hunter access. It's the hardest thing on almost all the properties that I plant food plots on and do all this work to, is how to get in and get out without being detected. Matter of fact, the one today, I just kind of suggested not hunting it at all in the morning, only during the rut. Only go out at say noon and hunt till dark, and then have people pick you up. So all these tools in the toolbox we can go through. Call me, email me, we can discuss it, because my price point is your price point. I want to do for you with what you can afford. CompleteDeer.tv.com, CompleteDeer.com.tv, YouTube, Facebook. I appreciate it. God bless you. God bless our troops. God bless America.